Today, we're diving into a pretty stunning court case coming out of the state of San Andreas. This is a case that pits the people against one of their very own protectors, alleging an absolutely shocking betrayal of public trust.
And this quote, this comes straight from the state's legal filing. It really sets the tone for everything. They're not just talking about a single crime here. The prosecution is signaling that they're going after what they see as deep, systemic corruption. They're drawing a line in the sand.
So who's at the center of this whole firestorm? This man, Carmine Costello. And listen, this isn't some rookie officer we're talking about. This is a captain in the Los Santos Police Department. You know, a person in a major position of authority and someone you're supposed to trust. So let's start at the beginning, right? The core of this whole thing. Understanding exactly who this captain is and what exactly he's being accused of.
The state's allegation is, well, it's a bombshell. They're claiming that over a very short period, we're talking just 13 days, Captain Costello wasn't out there enforcing the law. No, they say he was orchestrating a campaign of violent crime.
A campaign of violence sounds pretty intense, right? So what does that actually mean? Let's break down the specific crimes the prosecution has laid out in their case.
The timeline the prosecution puts forward is it's fast and it's brutal. It all kicks off on December 5th, when a man is shot while he's already under house arrest. Then, just 9 days later, a second victim turns up, this time injured and nearly frozen to death. And it all culminates on December 18th with some really disturbing incident in a mine shaft, an event the state says they have on video.
So what does all that add up to in a court of law? Well, the state has hit him with 4 very serious felony charges. First up, corruption, which, strikes right at the heart of his job. Then, attempted murder. And just as serious, being an accomplice to attempted murder. And finally, conspiracy. That's the charge that kind of ties it all together, alleging this was all a planned and coordinated operation.
Now, making accusations this big is one thing, but proving them against a high-ranking police captain, that's a whole other challenge. So now we're going to turn to what the state claims is a mountain of evidence.
And that's not just my phrasing, by the way. The prosecution is very confident in their language. They're not just dropping hints about proof. They're sending a clear message to the court that they think they have an absolutely overwhelming amount of incriminating material. And when they say a mountain, they mean it. We're talking about 40 separate exhibits have been filed against him. So this isn't just a couple of documents. It's a massive, organized collection of reports, subpoenas, and witness interviews, all pointing in one direction.
But here's where it gets even more intriguing. A lot of that evidence, including what are likely some really crucial interrogations, is sealed under a protective order. Now, the state says this is to protect the victims, but what it also means is that the most damning, most explosive details are currently hidden from all of us.
So with all this stuff, sealed or not, you gotta wonder, right? Is there a smoking gun? Is there that one single piece of evidence that could just make or break this entire case?
And here we have it. Exhibit H. The prosecution didn't just label it mine shaft recording or something generic. No, they filed it as the video, all caps. That's not an accident. That is a deliberate choice to tell everyone just how unbelievably critical they think this one single exhibit is to their entire case.
So let's say the video and that mountain of other evidence do their job. What's at stake for Captain Costello if he's convicted? Let's take a look at the price of justice the prosecution is asking for.
First up, his freedom. The state is recommending a sentence of 7 years behind bars. Next, a huge financial penalty. They're asking the court to impose $1.5 million in fines.
And for a career lawman, this might just be the most devastating blow of all. A permanent ban from ever holding any kind of government office in San Andreas again. This isn't just about punishment. It's about making sure he is permanently removed from any position of public power.
So at the end of the day, here's where we are. A high-ranking police captain, a mountain of evidence, a mysterious and supposedly damning video, and a prosecution demanding some very serious consequences. With the most crucial details still locked away from the public, the ultimate question is really simple. Will the man sworn to wield the sword of justice be forced to face it himself?